As players might have guessed, Thor specializes in closing the gap, pushing the enemy, and pursuing other vanguards. He is not as resilient as Hulk or Venom, but he is stronger in both damage and utility. If played correctly, Thor can be quite independent of strategist healing, but don't overestimate its sustained capabilities or he will be in a pinch in no time. The correct approach in most game modes is always lead the charge alongside the other frontliners. That's if there is any other vanguards in the team. The ideal composition is 2 vanguards, 1 melee duelist, 1 ranged duelist, 1 support strategist, 1 healer strategist. But since this is not always the case, Thor can act as a melee duelist and a vanguard all in one. Players will need to consistently engage and disengage if they want to become successful Thor players. It's not only dangerous to lead the charge without a team backing them up, but it's also counterproductive as the enemy team will take Thor's absence as a signal to attack. So don't overextend. Think of Thor as a tank with higher mobility and attack power. And don't think it's a one-man army or it will end in failure. Mjolnir Bash. Thor's basic attack melee range, press to hit, hold to chain a combo sequence of 3 blows. It can be blocked by certain abilities like Captain America's shield. God of Thunder, ultimate ability. Thor soars into the sky and charges Mjolnir, then slams the ground with an AoE that deals 240 damage plus 40 extra damage if an enemy remains for a 0.05 in the area. It is important to mention that the initial impact will also affect flying enemies above the AoE up to 20 meters in the air. The extra AoE damage only affects grounded enemies. Storm Surge. Thor spins the hammer to fly in the pointed direction. Holding down the button will charge and make it fly even further, pushing back enemies, and can be used to smash, interrupt, and throw enemies down a ledge. Lightning Realm. Thor creates a bubble AoE with his body as epic center. Enemies inside the bubble are slowed down by 30% and take 40 damage per second. The effect also returns 1 Thor force per enemy inside the bubble. Awakening Ruin consumes Thor force to empower Mjolnir Bash, turning it into a mid-range attack and granting Thor's bonus health, as well as damaging AoE that damages melee opponents. Hammer Throw. Thor throws Mjolnir in the pointing direction, causing 70 damage on the first impact, and 30 when the hammer returns to his hand. The initial fight speed is slower, but the return speed is faster and cannot be blocked. If this guide has helped you out, please consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.